My life has been changed when I met Atomy Business. Yes, I used to run and own the chicken restaurant. My name is Mansoon. And yes, I failed every single business that I tried. And even till today, a lot of people are pointing fingers at me. At the same time, I became successful. Opposed to their thoughts, I will share my know-how and skills and techniques. It's nice to meet you. Happy New Year. Yes, Atomy has one principle, absolute quality and absolute price. Yes, at that time, I had the prejudice, I had the biased opinions at that time when I started Atomy Business. And yes, I have been doing Atomy Business for 10 years, and I really believe that I had to do network marketing business because of the financial freedom. Yes, my older sister introduced Atomy system and Atomy business to me. And through Atomy system, you can gain, and ordinary ones can gain the financial freedom. And I went to the first seminar, and I learned a lot, gained a lot as an individual, and I started to trust the process of what Atomy is doing and marketing plan and everything else of Atomy was doing. With Atomy business, ordinary ones can be successful with Atomy business because Atomy business has the right system to be successful. And President Park Hang-il talked about life scenario, and at that night I went home and I started to write life scenario. And I wanted to fulfill my filial duty to my parents. And being the youngest daughter, I wanted to be good with my mother and my father as well. When I was running my own restaurant, my own business, I had no time and personal time to be successful. And I wanted to become successful, really successful in Atomy, that I can give them allowance as much as I want. You know, we all have turning points. Yes. In my case, I chose Atomy because of the system income. And I was very sick one time, and I was hospitalized for a long time, and I chose Atomy. And I have a kid, who is also very sick as well. And if I inherit my Atomy's code, then my kid is going to be very successful with the success that I have created. And I believed in President Park Hang-il, and I chose Atomy. In my case, I was a housewife, like you too, and I was raising my kid, and I was not happy. And I felt like I was isolated, and my career had stopped. I couldn't get another job. And I met Atomy as the consumer in the beginning. And Atomy became fun to me, very interesting. And I learned about new trends and economic information. And I started to build my own character, and I started to learn about notion of economics and others as well. And this job became very fun for me, very interesting for me as well. And I became full-timer in Atomy. Very interesting. Yes, a lot of housewives, when we are married. When they get married, we are mothers, we are wives, and we're daughter-in-law. But in Atomy, we found our own name. And everyone says Jo Mansoon as a leader. And I'm very happy. I'm still very happy. When was the happiest moment to becoming the loyal master? For me, when I became a loyal master, and I want to say and I want to share being the auto sales master. And the value of the auto sales master, I do want to tell people. And also, the interest rate is only 2% when you put the cash into the bank. Let's say you put $1 million in a month. Then you'll make about $1,500 for interest. So at the same time, you put $1 million in the bank account and you get a little interest. So with today's economy and interest rates, you have to do something else. And being an auto sales master is very important and is the first step to be successful. And the time when I realized, I want to talk about when I went to Mexico for a seminar. And it was a 1 night and 2 day seminar. And with the point value had increased in Korea. At the time, I have realized that everything is possible in Atomy. And in Atomy's system, in sales and overseas, and all the points were accumulated. And that is very true, and they became very effective. And also, I do want to talk about my older sister. My older sister is currently 72 years old, and she fell in love with Atomy and Atomy's product, and she became auto sales master, and she is still working, and every month she makes $2,000. She is 72 years old. How is that possible? With Atomy, that's possible. And Jo Mansoon, Loyal Master's secret point. The definition of an auto sales master, and that is a first step to be successful, and that is your objective, that should be your goal, and that should be your vision. And from the first day to 15th, and on the right leg and the left leg, you have 2.5 point value on each leg. And you get the compensation and also the $500, which makes $1,000. And from 16th to 30th, you do the same thing. So you add $1,000 and $1,000, that makes $2,000. So this is automatic system. So you don't put the labor, you don't go to a certain places. This is the auto sales master. So you make money automatically. So I will tell you a secret. I want to talk about the 8 steps of success. And you become auto sales master, and also, and you know the eight steps of success. What are they? And have and decide your dream and decide. Number 3, invite? No. Write the list. Okay, that was a nice try. 4, invite and meeting. And 5, explain your business. 6, do a follow-up. 7, consulting. And 8, duplication. Very important. Very good. And when I want to talk about work, and if you have all the aspects of 8 steps of success, then it becomes easy. And when I did it, it was difficult. But at the same time, everyone can do it. First tip, I want to talk about being decisive. And if you dream it vividly, and anything is possible. And I've been running a chicken restaurant for 10 years. And for 1 year, I tried for a second job. And it was very difficult. And I did it many times. I tried many times. And at that time, I became a full-timer in Atomy because it was not working. And I wasn't sure. And I was uncertain. For example, a lot of people were pointing fingers at me. And a lot of people were pointing fingers at me because I was doing the network marketing business. And I was uncertain. And the income that I was making was not enough. And yes, decision is very important. And I start to go to seminar and participate in seminars as well. And you have to go to the seminars. And you cannot trust the company and company's business model and compensation plan as well. And in order for you to be decisive, and because of the COVID-19 and the pandemic situation, a lot of people are, and they need Atomy because we have the online platform and we're developing the different parts of platform, the personal, customized platform. And yes, a lot of people are joining and registering every single day. And I want to ask you a question. Was it easy for you to be decisive? No, it was very difficult. And when I make a decision or being decisive, when I face difficulties, it was very difficult. And my husband was rejecting the idea of Atomy. It was very difficult. Just because Atomy is in network marketing industry, but now he supports me in every aspect. For me, everyone was pointing fingers, my friends, my loved one, my family members, because this is the network marketing business. Yes, and I had to stop the chicken restaurant and for a year. And when I go to the seminar, and I found a desire, and because of me, I was certain. And sometimes I tell my partners, I talk about this. And when you choose Atomy, you have to become a full-timer in Atomy. And you cannot do it as a second job. You have to do this as a full-timer. And when something happens in your family, then people care about the main job. But at the same time, you have to care about. But at the same time, I had to stop my attending to gatherings and seeing some of the friends because of Atomy is so important. So make Atomy as a #1 priority. Once again, make Atomy business as a #1 priority in your life. Then you'll be successful. You don't want to come back to the beginner. And for all the partners, for all the people who are doing Atomy business, you have to keep going and come to every seminar, online, offline, it doesn't matter. One day, success. You have to keep going and keep pushing even though it's very hard. And I gained a lot of courage and I found the desire and motivation to go. What about you guys? What about you? For me, I was pregnant and I gave a birth to my third child. And at that time, it was a very difficult time. And I saw the vision and I didn't know the direction and where I wanted to go. And after some of the struggles, I came back to where I was, and when I came in and within the system, and I saw the road, I saw the way, and I chose every single situation. Then situation came to me. It means that success came to me and money came to me. I totally agree. And when you go to seminar, when you participate into the seminars and Atomy business is you do it with people. And if you know about the system, and I want to talk about the ceiling policy. And this system, it means that you can go until the certain limit and you cannot go further, which is the imperial master. So everyone can be imperial master, which is amazing. And yes, we're here to motivate other people, and I want to say thank you. Thank you. And I do want to talk about the doing a follow-up. Follow-up is very important. I do want to emphasize about that.
제가 초창기 때 그런 적이 있었어요. 그냥 저는 초창기 때 온라인만 하러 다녔어요. 새로운 사람만 찾으러.
Did you have any problems in the beginning of your business?
해야지 물건을 사주니까 그렇죠. 그래서 저는 온라인만 하러 새로운 사람만 찾으러.
So I just look for new members. Those people would buy the products just once or twice because of me, but after a year, without a follow-up, I would just find a new members. What happened was, Atomy is a network marketing company, right? What happens if you don't use it for a year? Then your membership will be disqualified, right? And this is what happened under me. So I thought that it is important to make new members under you, but it's very important to follow up on those people. And I realized then that that is the work that we need to do. So from then on, I did a lot of follow-up. And one of my acquaintances was just a consumer. So when I would just talk to them, they would just purchase the product. So it wasn't very much, and it wasn't quite often. After 3 years of follow-up, that person still had their membership. And after 3 years, what happened was she said she wanted to become a partner and a contractor after 3 years. And she worked very hard, and now she makes more than $100,000. Absolute products, absolute price, and absolute quality. And through this, you're able to work together and expand our strength together. So for me, I met these people personally and I did follow up. How are all of you doing your business now? Because of COVID-19, I can't really go out very much and talk to people online through Zoom, through the instant messenger, by talking to them one-on-one. I can introduce to them the new products and have them try it out. And what about you, Kun-young? So I'm always thinking, how do we help the consumers to have a low barrier for them? So the consumers want to benefit, right? So how do they benefit while coming into our system? And this was how I thought. So I decided, should I create a chat room of my consumers so they can have small missions by using masks. And when they have small missions, then I would give them a small prize. And as we share information, that process itself becomes a very enjoying. So the feedback was very good. A lot of people were just home having nothing to do, but they said, there was a lot of engagement, and they said thank you. So it's like killing three birds with one stone.
계시는 거예요. 그렇죠?
Wow, all of you guys are doing well, even in this untact age.
사장님들 잘하고 계신데요.
All of you are doing well.
이제 신규분을 만났어요.
I recently met a
지금 이 시점에
new member
알아보시려고
who wanted to look into Atomy.
다 미팅하고 나서
So after the meeting, he had one question.
질문이 뭐였냐면
You know what that question was?
스폰서님은 지금 10년 전에 일을 해서 성공을 이렇게
You know you're successful now because you started 10 years ago.
이 시대에 코로나 시대에
If you were to start
나가서 이 애터미를 처음 시작할 때
Atomy again in this COVID-19 age, would you do it?
질문을 하시더라고요.
So he asked me this question.
처음에는 좀 당황은 했어요.
So at first I was a little thrown back,
가만히 생각해 보니까
but when I thought about it, I told him
있어요. 나는.
I would do it all over again. I could do it all over. I think I will do better now.
겪어온 게 있잖아.
That's because I have the experience now, right?
나는 더 잘할 자신 있다.
So I can do better.
사람도 못 만나고 세미나도 많지 않아서
You can't even meet the people. It's hard to invite them to seminars.
쉽지만은 않아요.
It's not easy to get people to join online, right?
하시더라고요.
So he told me, so what are you supposed to do? How do you meet people and make them into consumers?
만나세요.
So I said, meet people.
그렇지 않습니까?
You can meet people one-on-one, right?
일로 만나는 거 대화 화이트 되잖아요. 그리고 마스크 쓰고
And wear masks
위생 철저히 지키면서
and make sure you keep the guidelines. It's very difficult to make
할 일은
people
카톡으로 하든
join a member over the phone or online, but
하는 거는
a follow-up you can do remotely. But to make them become a member, you really need to meet them face to face
저기 체험도 할 수 있게끔 제품도 가서 이렇게 한번 해볼 수도 있고 해줄 수도 있고
and have them try out the products.
제가 얘기를 했거든요.
So that's what I told them.
여러분들도 모두가 성공할 수 있어요.
All of you can be successful as well. Don't think of this too difficult.
해냈습니다.
Someone like me who ran a chicken store was also successful. All of you guys can do better too.
올해는 오토 판매사가 되시
I hope all of you guys can be an auto sales master by this year. Thank you.